Hey Chucky, we're back.
And we're back.
Back with another episode of Off-Centered Outdoors.
Yep, I used to say that on something else we did before you were doing this.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was, some deal I was on. And we're back.
Ah, God only knows with you.
Yeah, God, I wished I was there. You know,
Yep.
if I could be half the places I used to be. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I get reports of what I did or even see video proof.
Yeah.
But, man, hey, it's an action-packed month of July.
No doubt.
You know, shoot, we're almost halfway through.
Shut up.
I know, it's scary. You know what? I told you, as soon as archery opens, it's a straight shot all the way to frickin' January till Coos Deer or whatever we end with.
It's going to go crazy here shortly.
Yeah.
Crazier than it is already.
Yeah. Well, we just had a fun little side thing. Nathan just
he's showing his market goat today in his market class. The Santa Barbara County Fair is in full swing. It opens to the public tomorrow, but today is the goat market class, and he I think he got 7th or 6th in his class, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm always learning new stuff with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not an ag, you know, like I said, I was just an outlaw, not an in-law or whatever you family people do, you know. Well, and
kind of grew up doing this, so
yeah, I could tell. You know,
old habits die hard. As much as I may protest and not want to be there, if we weren't there, it'd drive me crazy. I'm sure.
No, it's a whole. It's like amazing because, like, no homo, but another side of you, I never. You know.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things.
I mean, like, because we work so hard and we focus so much on this, you tend to, you know, it's just like if you saw me in battle, you might not even recognize me. You know, you don't think about that. Like when I saw you on your Harley Sunday.
Yeah.
Fuck, I go, man, look at the size of that Mongol pulling up, you know?
Nope, just an asshole.
No. But, oh, I meant that other club.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, I got you.
Yeah, you know, etiquette says you don't say the name. You say, well, I don't know. It's all new now.
Yeah.
But we used to just say whatever the colors were, black and white, red and green.
That makes sense.
You know, black and gold.
It's kind of irritating that all the good colors are associated with 1%, but whatever.
Yeah, but see, because it used to be different.
No, I know.
Days, but you know, and now. Man, I see cuts at the Deer Lodge. They got like the orchid growing brothers, and I don't even know what all these, you know what I mean. But back in the day, you know, I guess that's another cool thing. I survived somehow.
Yeah.
But that won't be the same. But I mean, it used to mean something.
No, for sure.
And not that you didn't make you somebody, but it made you. I mean, you know, it wasn't like.
Well, yeah, it's
like you just couldn't put a cut on and then you know.
No, that's what it gets me.
Put
some
a
of these
detail
guys
on your back.
Put shit on their back with the rockers and everything. Like these guys riding around with the Sons of Anarchy gear and shit. It makes me laugh. It's like, man, you're gonna die.
Oh yeah, they have no idea. No idea.
Yeah.
You know,
it's bananas. I don't understand. Well, I guess like anything else, you want to emulate the things that influenced you, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's a new generation growing up with like the Mayans showing the Sons of Anarchy and and so I had like the Colonel. This is a little off topic.
No, you're good.
They got all into that Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
So one day he comes in and he says, "Hey, I got some questions." What? You know, I said, "Yeah, patch over party, been there." This and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, it's all pretty. I mean, it's embellished for TV.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, and a lot of it isn't that hardcore out, you know, but yeah, basically, you know.
Yeah, you hear lots of stories and stuff, and that a lot of that shit is definitely stories. It's got to be embellished for, well, just like any television show, it's got to be embellished to make it entertaining, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
like somebody's Carbon TV show I know of.
Yeah. Oh God. You know, and the sad part about that, I probably said this 50 times, but I'll say it. I never said on the podcast. the original producer on that, Nathaniel, he had the greatest, I mean, it could have been something.
Yeah.
And then they fired him and put that other person in charge.
Yeah.
And then they had a different editor. And so he had, it's kind of like following me around, you know, when you're trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing, but it's all in my brain. And sometimes I forget to translate it to you. You know what I mean? Like, so he knew how he wanted to put all that together. And he knew, you know, and they fired him before, like, it was done.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And it was terrible. I hated it.
Yeah.
You know, because...
well, you're not one for change anyways, so...
Yeah, I'm pretty loyal. That's pretty true.
Not even that. You get set in your way.
Well, I am, but he did...
when something happens, it's the end of the world, which I totally understand. I'm the same way.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to be more flexible, allegedly.
Meh. It's overrated.
It is, you know. If you... Well... See, if it works, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And so far, it's been working. Well, I'm still alive, I guess. But, see, he did American Elements first. That's where it, you know, you know, and that show won an actual award at some...
Yeah, that one was really good.
It won Best Documentary on the Internet or some crap. I mean, like a big award, you know. And, of course, my episode, you know, I mean. But the point was... I had that kind of expectation, and that's the kind of quality it could have been.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then
I guess it makes sense. So you're trying to not be the same thing that's been out there time and time again. So you gotta try to do something to set yourself apart. But most of the time, what happens around here is stranger than fiction anyway.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy, you know. And then, of course, the most famous one where the Don't Do That came from that episode. Frater still remembers that one.
Yeah.
You know, when, yeah, we didn't even edit out the blood on that, you know, or nothing.
Yeah.
Had that special piece of 100-year-old wood. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah, part of me wishes I would have been involved in that, but I'm also pretty glad I'm not, so.
Well, it's in a way... Yeah, because see, I was thinking about that a lot, and I go, I wish Matt was there, but for your own journey of your life, it wasn't. I mean, now it's meant, obviously, and I still feel like if some of that other, you know, stuff we got in the back closet,
you just never know
behind the scenes, I think it's going to be, you know, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Things can happen in the drop of a hat, especially around here.
And God allows for U-turns, and he had plans for other people, and then they dropped the ball, and we had to start over. Well, I didn't start. I just sit here, but
you just let it happen around you.
That's it, man. You know, and let's see, and then tomorrow, well, it was last year was the year or a year before for getting in touch with all my 40-year-old people, you know, between Butch from starting me in it and Greg, where we went through that federal meat grinder together. He'll be here for a visit. I was kind of hoping he'd be here today and say hi on the thing, but that's okay. You know, and he's got a, you know, for you don't know, Greg Heil, he's in that city in Idaho. I want to keep wanting to say Napa Auto Parts. Nampa. And he's made quite a success, you know.
Yeah, no, it seems like he's doing pretty well for himself. So
yeah, and I know, you know, like it blows my mind because I remember when I started, when he was a kid, 14 years old, and he did a coyote for the fair or something.
Yeah.
And then I met him like when he was 20. And that kind of blows my mind because when we went through that whole experience, I mean, I relate to him like to me, he was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, he was just a kid. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
20 years old, he's just a kid. It's like Nathan, you know?
Yeah.
And
he's
something else. Little bit older, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I mean, at least I was older when they ruined my life, but he was, you know.
Yeah, it's a hell of a way to get you started. That'll make you not stick with something. I'm surprised he did, honestly.
Because it's just like, oh yeah, everyone told me to I told you my story.
Well, especially when you get hit with something like that at such an early stage in your career, that could be well, more life-changing than you would think, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, he went through, I mean, I had little kids, I mean, little, but he went through a lot, and he had, you know, moved out of state, and then here and there, and then he had to, this is funny, he had to deliver Budweiser. Well, now it's funny, back then it didn't mean, you know. But boy, I said, boy, I bet you're glad you didn't still work for Bush, you know. and then as again, just like me, he kept at it and kept at it. And, and he built himself quite a business, and he did a hell of a project on that crocodile.
Yeah, that for having to sculpt that whole damn head, it came out pretty great.
Yeah, because you know, like, and just when you think me and Matt are always talking about jackpots, happens to everybody.
Yeah, there's everybody has, especially in this business. I mean, there's always going to be an issue.
And then so he was going to do that life size, and we're all, oh man, life size. But then they sent him back from the neck back, the skin, and then they cleaned the skull for him, which was really nice.
Yeah, well, I bet it looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
at least he had the head to go off of. He had some kind of idea what size to make it and everything. Yeah,
well, he puttied that whole freaking skull. We only had to putty like parts of ours.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
but you know, and this is gonna sound bad, but I'll say it anyway. This is how you know that when some guys say they got all kinds of work, and then you listen to them and you go, oh no, this, because if you haven't had some major heart attack altering, you know, like shit, then nah, you know.
Somebody somewhere is hammering.
Yeah, they're across the street rebuilding.
It's echoing really good. That's funny. I don't know if it's gonna pick up on the recorder or not, but I hear it's driving me crazy.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Damn people.
Damn it.
Don't they know we're doing something in the privacy of our own
Don't
shop?
they realize how important we are?
Don't you know who I think I am?
Yeah, that's right. And don't you forget it.
Well, Chucky, how was your opening week of deer season?
Opening
weekend of deer season.
Well, you got a little more exciting because you actually got to go.
Well, yeah.
Poke around. I do have some off-centered outdoor, you know, death totals for opening weekend.
There you go.
But no deer.
Yeah.
We got 2 archery hogs, and then I got a axis in on Sunday from Hawaii, so that doesn't count. But
no, it's still a deer.
That's our total so far. So we have 1 deer and 2 hogs.
And I picked up 1 set of antlers to go with a deer I got last year. So
we got 2 deer and 2 hogs.
Yep.
And reports from the front are where they got the hogs, they said they saw 5 deer, and then I believe, you know, they just couldn't get.
Yeah.
They couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. From everybody I've talked to, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty tough year. We went into that a little bit last week, but
yeah, and the heat. Now we started the traditional. You know, it's not deer season unless it's 110.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, in Ventura County at least.
Where I was at, it was foggy and cold and windy, so I must have, maybe that's the problem I was having. But
damn it! See, there's never a balance.
Hiked like 3.5 miles over the course of the morning and didn't see shit. Checked my cameras, didn't have nothing on my cameras but a damn coyote. I think the dogs moved into the canyon and kind of got
scared the deer.
Everything kind of hunkered down. So,
but then you got out pre-scouting and you almost got a hog, right?
Yeah, no, I got two almosts on some good pigs with my bow, so that was pretty exciting. But you know, we had the same spot. I've got pigs and deer coming into the camera, so had 60 yards for about half an hour. But right as they were getting ready to come into the opening where I had a shot, the wind swirled as it usually does, and they decided to move on to greener pastures. They weren't too spooked, but they just they moved down the hill a little bit, and I got back in on them at 40 yards, and then I don't know if I stepped on a branch or what I did, but they definitely knew that something was up after that, and they took off.
Hey, what about, you know, that guy I met at the barbecue that showed me all them big bucks.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything from him?
He hasn't gone out yet.
Oh.
Yeah, he was just dropping some wood off at the house the other day. He just got a new bow, so he's excited to get that out.
Mm. Speaking of that, I got some more equipment for my Nazi hunting trip.
Well, there you go.
Matt got a lesson last week on how to dye and stretch
Not how to dye. DYE.
No, DYE and stretch a netting
Yep.
onto an old steel pot helmet.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yep.
It's a lot simpler than I figured it would have been.
Well, you got to remember these guys.
Yeah, no, for sure.
My uncle was, this is digress just for 1 minute. My uncle was telling me in the war when they were training, and I forget what camp he was back east, in the southeast, really. And then he would sneak off the base and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he said those boys he said they were just all country, you know what I mean? Some of them never been out of their, the hills, so to speak, you know? So they had to keep everything pretty much simple.
I don't doubt it.
And he said they were all good guys. He said, but some of them only had like a 6th grade, you know what I mean? Like it was just a whole different time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. So then hopefully we're getting some signatures on our...
Yep, I had a couple people this morning asking for info, so hopefully we're going to have some people show up for our seminar.
I hope so.
Yeah, right now we're still at a couple, but we got a few more weeks. We keep the sign-up sheet open until it's either full or we run out of space. Or that's the same thing. That was redundant, Matt.
That's it. That's a double negative.
Nah, something. Anything.
Or a dangling. I always like that dangling participle. I remember that from school. The thing I remember, and I don't even remember what it is.
That was in them special classes. But no, anything with us is going to be a double negative, I'm afraid. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm going to try to teach these people the basics of taxidermy. Not necessarily the basics of taxidermy, but how to make a commercial shop run and how to mount your deer with efficiency.
Want to give them the foundation that we always talk about.
Absolutely.
And whether you do it exactly like we do or not isn't not important.
Yeah, we'll show them how to measure.
The importance is
why we measure,
and the steps.
And I think one of the things I'm kind of most excited for is showing these guys how to mount on a Fraser mannequin.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Everybody overthinks it because all the other stuff is all like a choose your own adventure book. I don't know if you guys remember those we had as kids, but and Mike's mannequins are just kind of self-explanatory if you don't overthink it.
The problem is it's so simple it screws your brain up.
Exactly.
Because you can't just, and then the optical illusion is shit. You know.
Yeah, you get used to putting 10 pounds of clay on a brand X mannequin, and then you come over to Mike's and you're using maybe the size of a golf ball.
Golf ball for the whole eyes, everything, not for the ears, but use the 4 little balls for the ears.
You get eyes. Honestly, I do way more clay work still than Mike does, but
but Mike's got that fucking touch, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
He's
he got her figured out for damn sure.
Watch him on that. If Dave sent us, did he send us the? We got a hold of the original prototype how-to on Mike's videos that, of course, never made it.
Yeah.
Because of why? I don't know. Because it wasn't Lancaster or something. Or...
Well, it might have something to do with the way Mike talks. He's a little quiet and aggressive, if you can do that. But that's why we all fit in together pretty well.
Yeah, he does. And poor Mike, he says...
what is it? Speak softly and carry a big stick?
Yeah, but he doesn't even the way he talks, he doesn't... It sounds different than it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's why you said aggressive, but he's not aggressive. It just...
Yeah.
And then he walks into a room, and then the next thing you know, at all them shows, it's just me and Mike. Or me, Mike, and Joe Kish.
Yeah.
You know, and he can clear a room, he said, you know. And then one guy said the way he goes, this is how I came. I don't know what to, you know, it's how I look. Yeah. You know, I just don't know what and then he's actually got sensitive feelings, believe it or not.
I imagine so. I mean.
And he tells me all the time, you know, like, I don't know what you know, what the hell,
yeah,
you know, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited, and oh, I had some positive news along that front.
mm-hmm.
Looks like things are looking up. He told me.
Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
Well, that's good.
But we don't know yet, so we'll
cryptic messages from up high.
Right, because I don't know if it's authorized or unauthorized, but we're charting different things, and we're you know we're seeing. Oh, but I will say this. So Fred came up because someone I know is dealing in Bondo now, you know, and got a connection, and came up, and then he was looking at the goat.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd I get it? You know, I didn't know they made one. I said they make them doing sitting on their ass, scratching their nuts, standing on their head. They got one doing whatever you need, you know.
Just gotta know how to read the book.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to read or how to...
Speaking of that, that's funny. Not to digress, but I was scrolling Facebook earlier, and one of the girls that used to be out here, or she was somewhere else, but she works for Amberley, and she posted on her page a picture from, she was looking for a life-size beaver, and the West Coast beaver that's in the research catalog, there's a typo on the price.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being $134, they made it $1,134.
That's a good one, then.
Yeah, I sent a screenshot of that to Mark this morning and said, "Hey, this better be some damn good beaver." Mm-hmm. And he laughed and said, "Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only thing we make any money on."
That's the Hunter Biden beaver,
right?
Right. Not to get political, but you know, everybody's beaver cost $100, and his was $25,000 a night. So
those who can do.
Right.
But yeah, no, I just had to laugh at that. I thought it was pretty damn funny. I commented on it. I said, I'm going to send this to Mark right now.
Good. Good.
But yeah, no, it was too much. Sorry if you know, you know, I guess. But no, it was funny. And yeah, it's gonna be a kick in the butt. I hope we get the turnout I'm hoping for, because this is going to be the only seminar in Southern California this year for taxidermy. And if there's not any interest, this may be the single
effort of
I got one chance at this. Let's not fuck it up, okay?
Yeah, please. And it's really it's really for you. It's not for us.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we know how to do it already. We're okay.
We're just trying to share the wealth, and I mean, people have been screaming for a seminar or something closer down this way, and here you go.
Yeah.
It may not be exactly what you wanted, because nobody has told anybody what you wanted besides, hey, we need something.
We always ask.
Guess what? Here's something.
Yeah, we ask for cards and letters. For
you can tell us. I mean, I'm the vice president of CAT. You tell me, I'm going to report it to the board, and trust me, I started just like most of you guys, the few of you that are down here, and with nothing, having to fend for myself and figure stuff out. Well, at that point in time, I didn't know how to be vocal and say anything. I mean, who the hell am I? I'm a guy that's just starting. Who's going to listen to me, you know?
Yeah, but
here I am, like 18 years later.
Yeah.
And
well, no, I have the same story.
I finally think I'm somebody.
I got $9.95. I'm going to be a taxidermist, which tells the story. And here I am. And then I was like you. And luckily, you know, I was so hungry for the knowledge.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why people weren't taking, I mean, I had a lot of, I wouldn't say fails, but I asked a lot of people. Mm-hmm. That's when I started finding out some of the heroes weren't really heroes. Yeah. You know, and then, but yeah, we talked, you know, and so I was going to make another point. So what Fred was saying, he goes, well, he came up, because he was going to come up on another day, but he didn't get his stuff from the brand. And then he called in and found out his bigs weren't even poured. Yeah. So for all you guys complain about research, I don't want to hear that McKinsey's like the brand's Johnny on the spot. And, but he was saying, oh man, I need this because I got to alter all these life-size African, right? Yeah. And I go, so dude, that's how, again, Fred, you've been doing this. Fred's like an OG. I known him 40 years, scarily, you know. And when I met him, he was already doing this for, you know. Actually, he used to make wrap bird bodies for Bischoff's or somebody when they were doing commercial. And stopped by on the way to, he had a basket on his bicycle, and they gave him 10 cents a piece to wrap bird bodies.
Wow.
And that was big money back then.
Yeah,
but I said, just my question, Fred, and I think what happens is we all get stuck in doing what we do. Because like Joe always says, when you don't know what to do, you always revert back to that quote, we do what we know and we finish it.
Yep.
But I said, if you're going to doing all this cutting up, why can't you just switch your brain around and even order a straight goat or whatever it is, you know, or something, and then
well, I mean, as we know though, there is a limited amount of things out there. So I get it, but yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
No, I get it, but here I'm going to tell you something though. With Jonah started with the mannequin, everyone was only straight.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Life size, all straight, all just standing like the chart. Yeah, and then they altered them all to whatever they needed. Yeah, no, absolutely. And then Mike came from that mindset from Henry Winchers and from Louis Paul and all that. Yeah. And he couldn't understand why, how did it get to that? It has to say red hartebeest, you know, on you know, and now that's just how it is. Well, no, there's a lot of, I've seen it a lot. I mean, you have too. If it doesn't say what it's supposed to be in the book, guys can't wrap their brain around it, and I was there too. I mean, no, and that's what I want to say. Yeah, we were both. Yeah. Well, that's where the fate. Should I tell the red hartebeest story? Go for it. We got as well 5 minutes, but we got as much time as we want. I don't care. Okay, we're not. I'm gonna limited by time. I'm gonna embarrass myself because my best thing that I could hope for is someday to get Mike on to talk about the top 10 Chucky things, you know, of my mistakes. Because don't think I haven't done everything. And the worst part, like in front of Fraser, like one time I put in my Gemsbuck ears upside down. And so I'm up at a shop, and this is when I very first met him. And I'm mounting on some Brand X hartebeest, but I got it from research, you know. And he's looking at me, and he says, why did you order that? I said, well, because you don't have a red hartebeest. Yeah. Okay, this is a true story. And he goes, Chucky, how many color hartebeests are there? One. And he goes, yeah. So he said, I didn't think I needed to put red in front of it. But apparently, I could never live that one down, you know. But in a way, it was a grateful lesson to me because I just stuck in my head forever, you know? No, absolutely. He says, like, there's a Cape hartebeest and the red hartebeest and some other bonus hartebeest. Yeah. But basically, there's only a hartebeest. Yeah, they're all pretty within reach of each other. Hey, let's see if other people listen. So the kid loved the world's smallest hartebeest. Yeah. So. Nice. That was an elkabeest. Yep. No, it finished up good too. Yeah. And then, and then speaking of reality, so he told me he's going to sell his bar in Montecito, even if Prince Harry does go there. But he said that he got a call from a bar rescue TV show. Oh, wow. Yeah. And he's like, the kid reminds me of us. He goes, well, I don't need rescued. Yeah. You know, my bars, but they want to, you know. And I said, hey, kid, because he is a kid. He's like, I don't know, 27, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. And I said, I'm going to tell you something. It's not real. Yeah. Okay? It's not real. And if they took a real bar that was almost closed, there wouldn't be a bar to do the show. Yeah, exactly. He goes, well, I'm on the fence, Chuck. He said, what do you think? And I said, honestly, your situation, because he's got this whole other full-on successful business. I said, I don't know if I'd do it for real. And honestly, you know, it was like that job I got off, you know, and then they didn't want me, and I was like happy. Yeah. Because I was willing to for that kind of money, but I really didn't. Yeah. It's just, you just got to be willing to do it. Yeah. And I said, yeah, I always say that. And I said, you know, it's just not, I said, on the end of the day, man, you're already okay. I said, they're going to come in there, they're going to turn your world upside down for a week.
Yeah.
Or however long. And they don't give a crap about you.
No, yeah, exactly.
You know, and then it's going to, and you might end up, no matter how much they offer you, this is what I found out was, you end up losing money somehow.
No doubt.
Because you're not producing.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the bottom line. Anyway, so that's my little story.
Yeah. No, it's definitely stuff to think about.
Oh, another thing we can attest to, how good our glue works.
Yep.
I did a cow for somebody. This is why we don't do pets. But I didn't really think I guess a cow's a pet.
Yeah.
But like
especially
Nathan,
one that's that old.
But Nathan's goat like is a pet, but it's gonna be dead.
No, it's not a pet.
Oh,
that's
okay.
raised for meat. Oops, God damn.
Okay, whatever. But I mean, there he is, petting a nice goat, you know.
Yeah.
And you put a bullet between its eyes, you know. I mean,
yeah.
My point is, apparently the cows in his area are different.
Yeah.
And so I had to take this apart, and our system works good.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up having to soak the whole cow in a bucket.
Yeah.
Giant tub to get the glue loose enough to get the cape off of.
Yeah, well, on the plus side, it's the exercise and doing it twice. We'll get to...
That's our favorite.
Yeah. We'll learn something.
Well, number
two
one,
different things from the same project.
We learn, yeah, that's true. We always learn, and that's 100%. The example from this was, again, though, because when you do it how our brains train, like what's a 1/4 inch between friends?
Yeah.
Right? But apparently, see, and
now this 1/4 inch is a lot.
Well, what I learned is even some kind of domestic, like a rabbit or a whatever, goat, nope. If it's a pet, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Not just a dog, cat, or bird, nope. From now on,
yeah.
Even if it's like an elephant, you know.
There's going to have to be some super special circumstances for it
right.
to not get a no.
Right, because apparently, you know, we use the super duper, the newest, greatest cow mannequin ever made.
Yeah.
And another lesson.
Absolutely.
And also the lesson is go with Matt's gut. Because Matt said, you know what, maybe we ought to, fuck, it'll be all right. You know, because it all kind of...
Yeah, no, it fit. I mean,
it fit.
It went on there, but sometimes we forget that cows have a lot of loose skin. So they release a lot. But it's all good. We live and learn. And
yeah, but 99%...
No.
99.9% of all the bulls, steers, cows we've done, it's been fine.
Oh, yeah. No.
And they're not going to be 100% because there's so much, like you said, baggy skin, tight skin. How fat were they? How much weight did they lose when they were, you know, whatever it is, you know. And we've been known to put Watusi forms on, Watusis on other things, and this thing on that thing, and you know, and it's all been fine.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And that big Watusi we did, that one, that was a like 20-year-old pet.
Yeah.
Those guys loved it fine. So
no, for sure.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, it is what it is. We'll
fix it.
On the plus side, I know where there's a lot of cow change-out heads.
What do you mean?
There's a couple sitting up there. We might be able to, instead of cutting this one up, we'll cut up a fresh one and stick it on there.
Why don't we do that?
That might be a pretty decent idea.
Yeah.
We know how to do that.
Yep. All right. Well, anyway, now see, he started me, and sometimes he has to reel me back in, because I'll tend to pick up something, and then, like Sunday, he drops by. I said, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just fucking screwing around with this thing, and then I said, okay, I'm going to quit when he left. And then I sent him a picture, he sent me a text that he made at home, and then I sent him a picture. I lied. Yeah. You know.
Oh, and by the way, 225 miles on a brand new seat isn't the smartest fucking thing to do.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought it was like that Mike Lindell, My Pillows.
It's supposed to be, but apparently...
Propriety gel.
Yeah, apparently those seats would take a little breaking in, so who knew?
That was a cool seat.
Yeah.
But now, see, it's impossible. Started with the Elvira sticker in the middle, which I thought was really cool. And now you got to do this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, there's always another thing to do.
You got a sweet ride though, man. I was kind of impressed. So don't tell nobody.
Next will be the bars.
Really? You gonna put some apes on there or what?
Yeah, go a little bit higher and black them out.
Oh, black? Yeah.
Eventually, I don't want to have any chrome on the bike.
Oh.
Yeah.
So get a black skull for that widget cover thing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I could almost ride Matt's bike, but I can't lift it up, sadly, anymore. It weighs like 840 pounds.
Yeah, 9 something.
Oh, 9 something. No wonder.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah. I
All
can't.
right.
All right. Well,
I think we've bullshitted long enough. I got a couple deer to put together.
Yeah, and wait, we got announcements for, did we ever find out, someone, if anybody does watch, find out if that damn it guy ever...
No, nothing has come of your duet video.
Oh, well, then screw that guy.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've got like 110 views on it or something. Somebody's still learning how to TikTok. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have ticked at all, but the guy talked me. So you can't have the kit without the caboodle.
All right, Chucky. Where can these guys find you?
You can find me on Ojai_Valley Taxidermy.
Valley_Taxidermy.
Under that, and then
that's the Instagram handle.
And then one of the 47 Chuck Testas on Facebook is me.
Chuck Testa Official on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then you can find me anywhere, all social media at Butcher Shop Taxidermy. So far, as I know, there's only one of me, thank God. Nobody could handle more than that. And if you guys are listening to the podcast, make sure you like and share and subscribe to the feed so we can keep it in the algorithm and get popular one of these days, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And since Chuck's got a little extra 15 minutes of fame, maybe we can ride those coattails for a couple
That's what we were hoping to do.
Stretch that 15 into 17 or 18. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. But we do this because we like it. So we're going to keep doing it because it's just a little distraction from the everyday chaos.
Hell yeah.
You know. So we'll see you next week on another episode of Off-Centered Outdoors. I'm Chuck Testa.
And you're not.
And that's Matt.